Yes, guys, welcome back to the Once You're In podcast. Just myself and Reece, the original duo. Josh is not crashing the podcast today. Although I did ask him if he wanted to come on, but he said he was getting his hair cut. And we all know you can't get your hair cut and do a podcast on the same day. Of course you can't. Although
Oh,
myself
yeah,
and Reece both have.
yeah.
Here's my trim. Shows your trim, mate.
Uh, yeah, same as usual. You know what, Finn? He said he was like, gotta be honest, Finn's wham in person, isn't he? No, Finn's wham, and I was like, what, you reckon in person? He was like, no, not in person, but on Instagram he looked big.
Yeah,
So we got
that's
a,
what
yeah, we got a haircut by the same guy. Another thing that Finn doesn't like to admit that he copied me on. So yeah, that's a good one, isn't it?
I did copy you on it. You said I wanted to change my hair, and you
Yeah,
said, "Oh, mate, I'm missing one of my slots this week. Do you want to go?" And I was like, "Yes, Sam."
yeah. Put you on the path to greatness, mate. That looks good. It's the best it's been, mate. And I know you'll go, I don't care. It's way better than you've had in the last few years. So I'm giving you a compliment. It's a genuine compliment, all right?
I know I like my hair. Thank you, mate.
Mm.
Um,
Do you think this will be your haircut for the foreseeable? Like, do you think you'll change?
I don't know. I quite like it that it is like getting longer, but then also like today because it's been so windy. Every time I go on a walk, it's like all over the place, and like that is a bit annoying.
Mm.
So there's pros and cons to the trim. I do like it.
Yeah,
I'm a fan of it, and
yeah,
I think I'll keep it for the foreseeable,
yeah,
just because I feel like it's quite low maintenance apart from when it's windy.
yeah.
Like I haven't probably shouldn't admit this.
Oh,
I can't remember the last time I washed my hair, but I
I
just
think
don't
that's
put anything in
yeah,
it. This is just
yeah,
water.
yeah. That's quite a normal thing though. Like my scalp's the most fucked if I use stuff all the time. Like I think that's a myth. You know that like I don't know for some reason why it was like you wash your hair every day or a couple of times a week. Like I use oh what's it called something D. I'd have to go and grab it. It's like a dermatitis cream that's like shampoo. Just because my skin can definitely be a bit fucked at times when I'm like either at the peak of like a bulk or a cut. Like my skin gets really dry, so I use that. But when my skin's fine and my scalp's fine, I don't use anything. I just use water and just literally, especially with a perm. Perms are perfect because they dry like as it
Yeah.
sits. So like I literally just put water through it. I've got a little spray gun, do that afterwards. Just mess it up and then just leave it, let it dry for like an hour, and then it literally reverts back to like this. And I'm like, sick, cool, happy days.
That is the
So
main thing. I feel
yeah,
like having like low maintenance hair is
yeah,
the best thing 'cause it's just productive. Like I don't want to be wasting time doing my hair. The only thing is when this doesn't feel like it's going right, it's hard to resurrect.
I get that. Yeah, yeah,
That's what's annoying. But yeah,
yeah.
it's okay at the minute. It's a bit messy today because of the wind. It's a fucking horrible day today. I was going to go to
Mm,
Bradgate Park after I had my hair cut because it's like kind of on the way home. And
yeah.
Bradgate Park, for anyone listening, is just a nice like place to go on a walk around where we live. It's in
Mm.
a place called what's it called? Newton Linford?
Redgate,
No, it's
Redgate.
not.
I know. Yeah.
It's called Newtown Linford. That's what the actual village is called.
Did you
Um,
used to go get where did you get your hair cut by Alfie first? Was it the same place as you go now?
no, I went a couple times to Menspire.
Yeah, because where Menspire is, Anstey, that literally you drive through, like where Bradgate
Yeah,
Park
you
is.
drive past it. Yeah,
Yeah, so me and Tanaya made it like every rest day on a Thursday in prep. We'd just go there, and it
yeah,
was like a good hour walk. You just like we walked to the path to the like cafe. Have you gone there
and then
before?
back. Yeah,
Yeah, we just get there, literally like tap the door and go, yep, sound. And
yeah,
it's like a good like 5,000 steps, I'd say.
yeah.
Like a
Yeah.
good
So that
like
was my plan
45
today.
minutes
I
out.
was literally like, "Oh, sick! I can do that because I've got 15,000 steps today." I was like, "Oh, sound." But mate, I literally got out of the barbers. It was raining. It was windy. I didn't have a hood. I just had this Teveo jacket, fin 10, and my coat. But my coat doesn't have a hood either. And I was like, I'm not going. I was like planning to like do work whilst I was
Yeah,
walking, and it's like raining. I can't
yeah,
even like my hair's gonna get soaked. So I was like, I
yeah,
just came home, did some more work, and then just done steps throughout the day. But I've still
yeah.
got them done. What am I on? 14K.
I got myself a new walking pad, a deer run walking pad, because I got too heavy for my last one. Like it wasn't working. So yeah, it's a heavy duty one. I typed in like walking pads for overweight people, and it
Yeah.
popped up 136 kilos is the max weight. So I can get a bit fatter.
How
So
much does it cost you?
oh mate, it was quite cheap, like 160, reduced from
Oh,
200. So like
yeah.
considering like my
This
initial
one's
walk,
like 100 and
yeah, it was
110 or something.
100. Yeah, I expected to be paying more, but no, it was all good. Because again, like, I do definitely think like obviously it's been a bit better recently, But like, and I hate when clients go, "Oh, I haven't done my steps," 'cause I still do. But like, there's nothing nicer than just going for a walk and it not being like just like miserable outside. Like, I'm not saying it has to be amazing conditions. It's just a bit like sad when you're just like, "Oh, I'm just gonna get soggy," or
Yeah.
you know, you have
Like,
to
I've
walk.
been on loads of walks. I've been on like 3 or 4 walks a day
Yeah,
outside as well,
yeah,
and they've been
yeah.
fine. They've just been a bit windy, but it was like
Mhm.
rainy and windy, and I wanted to do work. It's like
Yeah,
I'm not.
yeah. No, I get that. To be fair, New York was like kind of the epitome of UK weather, but like just incredibly bitter at the same time, and really inconsistent. Like for anybody that's been to New York at like this sort of time of year, like sort of winter time, it goes from like 10 degrees where like in the sun it's like, oh, I could probably bullshit a t-shirt because you're walking in and out of shops, you know, and it's like quite hot in shops, to then like the following day where it's like -9 and it's like the most bitter wind ever, and then it will like almost hail, and you're just like, yeah, great, this is sick. So at least we're in not New York, because New York's so up and down. Like the UK is just miserable constantly, isn't it? But like, so it's not that surprising. But like New York, you go from like, oh, sun, this is nice, and then the next day it's like, oh, this is vile. I'm not a fan of this.
Well, it has been nice last couple of days. Like when I've been at the gym, I've been like even when you guys were away. Like I just put
Yeah.
the little note up and say like I'll be back in 5 minutes and just go down the canal for 5, 10 and come back.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
it's been
lovely,
nice.
lovely
I love
morning
it.
down the canal.
Beautiful canal. It is
Beautiful
nice.
canal. Yeah.
It 100% like does improve your mood. Like not that I feel like I need to be my mood to be improved, but if you go on a walk, like when now, like even driving to the gym, like opening up the gym at 6 a.m. It's a little bit brighter in the morning, like a little
Yeah.
bit of blue coming through. It's like, oh, it's not just pitch black. Like it's quite
No,
nice.
no, no, that's something that I noticed. Like it before I left, it was like very, very dark in the mornings. Like I'd open up and it would be like until like 7:45, 8 o'clock. It was just miserable, you know, dark, like gloomy. And then now it's like 6:30. It's like, oh, it's actually quite bright, which is nice, you know.
It is good.
Yeah.
So
No.
yeah,
So yeah, that's that. That's the weather update, guys. Weather and hair update on the pod.
yeah, that's what everyone's here for.
Yeah, legit. Anything else we need to cover? I mean, like anything really?
No, we're going to do a Q&A episode.
Okay, let's
We're
get
going
it.
to do. I mean, I've got a few questions from what was Monday's podcast that we didn't get round to. Also, apologies there wasn't a podcast last Monday, guys, because this will be coming out on Monday. It's because Reece was away on that Thursday, and we just didn't do the second one that we usually do. So we usually film on a Monday night and a Thursday night. So the Monday night is obviously with Josh at the minute, and that's the one we did with Jack when Reece was away. And then Thursday night is usually just me and Reece, and we'll do like a short Q&A, let's say. But obviously Reece was in America.
Yeah.
So might have had a few of these before, but first one, and I don't want you to go, oh, it's a fucking shit question. Death
Yeah.
row meal, starter,
No.
main,
I
dessert.
don't mind the death row meal because that's actually like something you talk about, you know. I just think like because that's like something that again like potentially could be an option. I'm never gonna only have to be able to do 3 exercises for the rest of my life. Like it doesn't make sense. So like I will happily answer a question. Where
Might
like,
go on death row if you're a paedophile.
yeah, man. Yeah, no, not being a paedophile, bro. That'd be weird. I'll do a Martin Fitzwater and lose my head because I took too much gear and then just I don't know, randomly maul.
Oh, he's apologised now, it's all right.
No, he didn't apologise. I think he didn't apologise to Nick. Did he not just come out and was like, I acted immature and stuff like
Yeah.
that? Like a complete ChatGPT PR fucking masterclass. It is like just embrace being a twat, bro. Like I'd respect you more. Just embrace being a bellend. You know?
I think he needed to come out and say something, didn't he? And just like, I think it would have only got worse if he'd have just kept like putting it off.
Yeah.
Like, not that he would have got more shit, but it would have just looked worse. Like rather than just going, okay, a couple of days later, yeah, I lost my head. Sorry, sound.
I will be honest though, and this is completely stolen from Jack Birch, the lad that works out of our gym. He has done the most, as I said, for someone who's deleted his Instagram, he's posted every other day, or like he's posting constantly. And he said it's like, you know, on MSN when you be in a bad mood or Snapchat and you put like no replies, sad face. Like he's done that IRL. Like he's literally put like no replies, like sad face, and it's like, bro, you replied. You've still
on Instagram.
Yeah, like you've not deleted Instagram. Like it hasn't happened at all. So yeah. I think it is a good thing because again, it's just petty fucking drama, and like then you've got people that are like I see people sharing it. It's like, does anyone really care? It's Thursday, like this.
Yeah, nobody does. Surely no one cares. It's just, I think for like media, like bodybuilding media outlets, like Nick Strength and Power, I keep seeing like YouTube thumbnails come up, and it's like Martin, it's like just keeping it going because it's something that people are going to click on.
Yeah, legit.
Right, what's your death row meal? We'll both go at the same time. So starters first together.
Can I just have like just my usual like? Can I just have like a meal? Like, I'll have a dessert. Can I have like 2 mains and a meal?
I'll
Or
have a starter and a main.
because like, what are you classifying as do chips count as a starter?
No, that's a side. You don't get a side apparently. Side, starter, main, dessert.
Starter. Uh, I'm gonna say some mozzarella dippers from not much. You know the halloumi fries from Nando's, whatever, or mozzarella dippers from McDonald's, something like that. They're quite nice.
I'm gonna say something like garlic mushrooms with
Yeah,
sourdough,
good. Yeah. Okay.
or
Maybe.
like bruschetta.
Yeah. To be fair, bruschetta's nice. Garlic bread, something like that. Something that's like cheesy that makes you feel a bit sick, but you don't have loads of it. You're just like calm your stomach. Like that's usually my starters. Like I'd get something that I'll have like literally 20% of and go. Right, ready for my main now. Like you never finish it. And
Honestly, like garlic mushrooms, if you can get like if you're at a restaurant this weekend, guys, anyone's at the restaurant, just get garlic mushrooms. If they've got that as a starter, I tell you what, it will be incredible.
Okay.
Just like mushrooms, garlic, and butter, it's class.
Yeah. Main?
Mate,
Yeah, you go. You go first. I think Finn, if I'm being honest, mate, I think you're thinking a bit too like particular. Like this is your last ever meal, bro. Like I am choosing to feel. I'm being a slob. I'm choosing to feel horrendous for death. Like, I'm waiting. I'm like, please kill me now. Like I feel so bad.
I don't want to feel like a slob. I wouldn't rather die feeling like a slob. I'd rather die after being like, oh, that tasted incredible. Like, I want like a lot of taste.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm thinking, I mean, saying that for the main, I'm thinking like, I am thinking fajitas. Like a fucking, like really good fajitas with steak and chicken,
Yeah.
with sour cream, salsa, with all the everything, like loads of
Yeah.
different veg. Like that's because that's like you get quite a lot of stuff there. Get different meats. Like, I'm gonna even have some pulled pork. I'm gonna have it all in these fajitas. That's a good shout.
Yeah. So when they inject you with like the lethal injection, you'll also diarrhea immediately, and they'll be like, "Oh, great, this
Yeah.
guy's left. This guy's left us with a treat to deal with. Let's
Yeah,
just throw."
usually you're going to be a slob. What are you having for your main fucking pizza?
Yeah, I'd have a pizza. Yeah, pizza. I do. You know what I do? I do a 50-50 pizza. I would have half of it as like a Texas barbecue sort of style, and then I'd have like a pepperoni. And I'd like make it like a big new. I'd be like, get me like the biggest pizza, like
Like
a
the
New
biggest
York.
you've ever seen.
Yeah, like, and I'm like doing a food challenge. I'm like, fuck yeah, like, get me like a 25-inch pizza, something that's like, you know, those Mr. Beast videos. That's like, I ate the world's largest pizza. I'm like, I want that. That's what I wanted. And then dessert. What are you going for dessert?
Cookie dough and ice cream.
No, you only get one choice, mate. That's 2.
No, like cookie dough comes with ice cream as a dessert.
Ah, yeah, but shit ice cream. Like, you know, little tub. It looks like
I don't mind. I don't mind that as long as it's vanilla. Cookie dough and vanilla ice cream, even if it's the shit one.
Okay, cool. I go for
Like
like
a nice, like a Kinder Bueno, white Kinder Bueno and Malteser bunny cookie dough.
Okay, Finn's fucking planned his post-show food well, as you can see.
Mate, it just comes to my mind of like what kind of cookie dough would I want.
Okay, yeah. I'd just be simple, like everyone knows, but I say the same order every time. Oreo milkshake. I'd just get a simple Oreo shake, bish bash bosh. I get like a fucking large one. I'd be like, I literally want to feel like I said, I've had the meal and I'm going right. I'm literally going to be counting down now. I feel that bad. Please kill me earlier. Any chance we can move
That's
this
not
up?
a bad shout, actually. You could make it so bad that you want to die.
Yeah,
That's
that's what I mean. Yeah. Like no steps afterwards, no steps to myself. Like I'm literally trying to like digestion reduce or whatever. Like digestion maxing, the opposite.
Yeah.
Minimizing, digestion minimizing. That's what I'm trying to do. So yeah.
Okay, that was good. How to manage fairly regular weekends away as a bodybuilder? For example, Barcelona for 2 nights.
Okay. Is this when you said, for example, is that literally where he's going?
I don't know. I think like let's just imagine he's got a job where he has to travel for work and he goes away every couple of weeks or every couple of weekends.
Yeah.
Yeah. He says regular weekends away, Barcelona. So maybe it's just like if it's just social weekends, like if it's literally just for like leisure, then I mean I'd say it's less difficult to manage. if it's work related and you're forced to go every week, you're here, then you're there, then you're here, and you can't even get back into your routine at home, that's a bit more difficult. But if you're choosing to go to Barcelona for 2 nights, like, fucking hell, enjoy it, mate. If you're paying your own money, you're not being forced to go, like you're choosing to go, enjoy it, like don't overthink it. I would take supplements with you, just in like sandwich bags, take whey, take creatine, take cream of rice or rice pudding or whatever, oats, etc. Take those basics. Make sure you get like ideally I'd say 3 to 4 protein servings a day, and like if it's three, good amount of protein with each meal. If it's 4 or 5, you can obviously have a bit of less protein with each meal. And just if it's a holiday, just fucking enjoy your holiday. Like don't overthink it. If it's work related, then I would genuinely try and prep my meals as normal and try and eat as normal. Otherwise, you're just constantly feeling like you're off plan.
Yeah, I'd say like simply just look at it and think like. I think if you're wanting like a full breakdown, so I have a few clients that like this. Just simply like don't train on weekends usually. Do like let's say a 4-day split. Train Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, if possible. But there you go. Simple sort of stuff. You don't have to train over the weekend. If you have time to train and there's a local gym, cool. Go and do an arm session. Go and do some delts. Go do some cardio, whatever. Like realistically, if you're on plan for 5 days of the week and it's like your plan's like productive, 2 days on the weekend you can have as like maintenance days where things aren't ideal, and maybe you just track your macros or you roughly guess your calories and you just let's say maybe you're slightly higher or slightly lower on your steps, or you don't do cardio because you've not got gym access. Like again, I think people think you have to be like absolutely perfect. You really don't. Just don't be a bell end. Like if your weekends away involve not sleeping because you're like, oh, I'm out on the piss with the boys, and then the following day you wake up at 2-3 p.m. Okay, that's not going to be great. But if you're there, like as Finn said, for work or whatever, or even with friends, just keep yourself ticking over. Do the same routine that you possibly, or try your best to do the same routine, and go from there and just build yourself a little bit of like a routine structure of like as Finn said, bring some meals, take your food with you, take your supplements with you, try and just focus on the basics, and you'll be all good. It depends on really where you go though. Like again, like places like Barcelona, European places, probably a little bit more normal. But if you're like I don't know, going to America and you're traveling for like 7, 8, 9, 10 hours or whatever, that can be a bit more of a challenge being on an airplane. And like, for example, for me, I lost like a day and a half's worth just for traveling, you know, because of like the time zones and stuff. So that might be a bit more of a challenge to like stay on top of shit. But that doesn't mean then you need to be eating shit in the airport either, you know. So yeah.
Yeah. I think it's just like having that mentality of like, just because you're traveling for a couple of days, like, doesn't mean that you have to completely like go off plan. It might not
No.
be perfect, like you just said, like it's not necessarily needing to be, but like you can still eat protein, you can still eat good meals, you can still train if it's a training day, if it's a rest day, you can rest, or like you said, maybe go and do a bit. But like there's a lot of very good bodybuilders who don't train at the weekends because they've got kids, or you know what I mean, it's their family time. Like you say, they train maybe Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, upper lower, and then on the
Mm.
weekends they don't track their food, but they just eat a lot of the same stuff anyway.
Yeah.
Like they have a meal plan Monday to Friday, and then they go out with their family a couple of times on the weekend and just don't eat
Yeah.
like a fucking idiot. Still keep your protein high, and like you can make a lot of progress doing that. So yeah, hopefully that helps.
Yeah.
Um,
Another thing as well, like Finn, if the guy's in an off season, like literally the most important thing is just not to fucking worry. Like you
just
have to be,
eat and
you
train.
have to be, yeah, you have to be a bellend to fuck it. Like if you're in a prep, okay, it's a bit different. You have to be like very on point with shit. I remember like when I was away every weekend for like literally my entire prep pretty much, I was like packing, double checking, triple checking, asking Sanaa,
Yeah.
I've got this, looking like having a list, being so meticulous with everything. And that was because obviously I was in a prep. But like if I was in an off season, I'd still do the exact same. I just wouldn't probably think to myself, okay, if I can go, if I don't have to eat, if I can't have that meal, and I go a few hours or I have a meal out, I'll be sensible and I'll be all good.
Get
So,
more relaxed with it.
yeah, definitely.
Opinion on the new low protein trend: 0.8 grams per kilo of body weight for gaining muscle.
I didn't know this was a trend. I did a reel. No, I didn't. I did a reel maybe a couple months back, and I said like it's weird that like back in the day you'd have like Jay Cutler doing like preps on 800 to 1,000 carb, train twice a day, doing hours of cardio, and now it's like let's just make everything easy. Let's not do as much protein. Let's train little as often. Like say, let's do less frequency. Let's do upper lower or full body 3 times a week, and everything's just being made easy. And it's like I'm sorry, like protein is not that hard to get in at like higher ranges. Like, let's say, for example, most people listen to this. If you're a dude who's anywhere from like 160 to 250 pounds, you could probably get in 250 to 300 grams of protein without much struggle. You'd be relatively okay. And also, the conversion process, you eat too much protein, cool, it will be converted into glycogen anyway. Like, obviously, it's a little bit less optimal than obviously just having carbs. But, like, realistically, if there's one macro that I think, like, you can kind of overdo. And also, there was a study done, I don't know if you saw it, where, like, there was a control group that over-consumed protein. Their body composition didn't get worse. Like, they didn't gain the same amount of, like, body fat, even though it's still calories, because they probably resulted in better training performance, better recovery. Insensitivity isn't going to be as inconsistent based off, like, stupidly high carbs or really high fats, you know? I just think, like, why are we even thinking about this in a bodybuilding sense? Like, protein is the building blocks of muscle. Fucking eat protein. Just probably have more. You'll do better instead of thinking, I wonder if I'm doing too much. Same as, let's be honest, out of all the people we've coached, how many times has somebody legitimately been doing too much, like in an off season? Rarely ever. Like a few times.
Even from a protein standpoint, I've had clients where like they'll come to me and they're like, "Oh mate, I'm on like 320 grams of protein, and I feel good for it." And I'm like, "Okay, right, cool. Let's not change it then." Like, because there's no need to change that if you feel good for it. If they are saying, "Oh mate, I'm on 320 grams of protein, but I gone for like 8 shits yesterday and like my stomach hurts all the time." Okay, right, maybe bring that protein down. But like, I would generally just base it on how many meals are you having.
Yeah.
I'd be looking at having between, for most people, 4 and 6. Obviously, I know we said like 3 to 4 on holiday because you're going to be a bit busier, like, you know, out and about. But like 4 to 6 protein servings across the day. Obviously, depends on how many carbs you're on, because carbs are going to come with trace protein. But if we're looking at like complete protein, you ideally wanting, let's say, 30 to 50 grams of complete protein within every meal for like, even if you're a small individual, like even if you are 160 pounds, like I'd still be looking at 25, 30 grams of complete protein per meal, 5 or 6 times a day. Before you know it, that takes you up to higher hundreds, and then your trace is getting you above 200 anyway. Right, and again, if you can't digest that very well, I'd argue it's probably an issue of getting used to it and tapering up to that rather than that total amount itself. It's the fact that you're just not used to it yet, so taper up to it. But yeah, this whole trend of low protein, like, one, I didn't know it was a trend.
No.
2, I think you can get away with lower protein, but I don't think there's a benefit to it. Like, yeah, you could argue the benefit is that you get to have carbs higher, and therefore carbs are a more efficient energy source. And yeah, that is true. But also, on the other hand, you could say you could have protein higher and it's an inefficient energy source. So you're not going to be gaining body fat from it. And it's just nice to have more food, let's say, on your plate and eat more protein. You know, you're going to feel maybe more satiated for it. Depends on the phase and everything. But yeah, I just think, as I just said there, like with the set meals and the total protein per meal, like it's almost, if you were to try and keep it low, you'd have to have less meals.
Yeah. And
you have to have
no, you're getting less MPS, and literally studies show, which is hilarious because this is why everything's so conflicting. Studies show literally the more complete protein you get per meal, the higher MPS spike you get. So why wouldn't you want to try and maximize that when it's fucking bodybuilding? Like, I just think some of these questions, like, or some of these trends are literally just stated off one opinion or one thought process, and it's like, look at everything, look at the wider array. I just feel like, why wouldn't you want to just have, like, let's say literally, just have an extra 10 grams of protein per meal, have 15 grams extra protein per meal, and like, let's say that adds up an extra 200 calories per day. Unless you're at the back end of prep, you're probably going to go, I feel better, train better, and then you know, okay, I'm probably not going to listen to that study. And I also think, look at the biggest dudes, like Finn, do you know any, let's say for example, I don't know, AJ Morris, Doug Miller. To be fair, sorry AJ, because that's quite a harsh comparison, or like putting you in the same bracket as Doug. But like, let's say if you look at the big natural dudes, like they're eating a lot of protein. Look at the big
not 140 grams trying to keep it low. You just eat each meal.
Yeah. Like, I think a lot of like the guys that you see that are like making humongous strides forward within their physiques, and I think the reason why I mentioned natural bodybuilding is because you don't have the assistance of PDs, where you could probably undereat on protein, but you've got so much anabolism that it doesn't really matter. But like, if the bigger natural dudes are eating a good amount of protein consistently, and they're the ones who are like making strides forward their physique, do you really think little fucking Timmy, who's 19, who's read a study and he's like, I'm on the low protein trend, is going to be someone you follow? Probably not.
I think you find your limit. Like, we've probably both done it in the past where we have tried to push it higher and gone,
you know, having that shake. Yeah.
Hey, we were having shakes in the middle of the night, waking up to see how we got on with it. And like, I think we both were like, okay, right, we're not really benefiting from it, and thinking I've got to wake up to have it and stuff. Like, it's probably not worth it.
No.
But like, we tried it because it's cool to
Yeah.
try these things and see how you like it and how your body responds to it. Like,
Yeah.
I think the main thing is exactly that. Like, find what works for you. You'll probably find your like upper echelon before you then start to run into some digestive stress or just feeling super full in the phase that you're in, and you're like, okay, I'm probably having too much protein. But that for most people isn't going to be until you're maybe at the mid to high 200s at least.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah.
Okay. Next question. Why do you think Nick came second to Andrew at the Arnolds? Did you see the comparisons that they posted? Like
Yeah.
Tyler Mannion through the
Yeah.
comparisons.
Yeah, and they chose the one where Andrew was in the middle, and I feel like some of the photos were a bit more selective towards him. I also think, when he said, "Oh, Nick on Friday night did not control his midsection at all," again, he's front row. I wasn't that many rows back. I really thought Nick controlled his midsection better on Friday than Saturday. Like,
Yeah.
I did not think his midsection was that bad at all when it came to control. Again, when you're sat right in front of them, maybe it's a bit different. But if I'm being honest, it sounded a bit. I watched it and I was like, I appreciate the breakdown. It's good that they do this, but I don't know. Like,
Like they do the breakdown afterwards to
yeah,
support their
yeah,
result.
yeah,
You know what I mean? If they did the
yeah.
breakdown first and then came to a result, that would be like more
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah, exactly. And like this is the discussion, but obviously it'd be hard to do. But to be fair, you could do it in between. But I don't know. I just feel like with that result, like that was very much just a signalling towards firstly what they look for, but also as well like Andrew had the most hype coming in. I feel like Nick is a bit of a like if Nick wins, I don't think that's a great look for bodybuilding in regards to like the current aesthetic sort of era of what they're looking for, and they probably see classic physique doing so well. It's not the people with tight waists stuff like that. That's probably again that's the way that they want to go. And as a result, people like Nick might get shafted when, again, like objectively, relative to their frame, Nick's a better bodybuilder than Andrew Jacked on that show. He should have won based off that, but based off everything else, he didn't.
Yeah, I think that's why it's that. That is why we do like the sport though, because it
Yeah,
is like it is more sort of biased towards what you like.
I say that, but then also Finn, there's a lot. And come on, let's not actually like go down the middle. Bodybuilding is a selection basis of, let's say, condition, shape, muscularity.
Well, exactly that.
Pain,
This is what I'm
and
saying.
I mean it
If
in the
you
way of like, there's enough points there when you look at things where like Andrew won some things, but Nick won probably more of what the criteria definitely isn't weighted evenly. That's what I'm trying to say. In regards to like sections, like shape definitely overpowers muscularity nowadays, 100%. But it's
Yeah, I think
bodybuilding.
shape and
Um,
structure overpowers everything.
yeah. That's like a 1.5 to 2 times amplifier.
Yeah,
Which
that's what I
I
mean by when I'm saying it depends on what you like. Because some judges might be massive on that, and others might just be like, "Who's the biggest and the leanest? They should win."
yeah
Because that's
yeah
bodybuilding. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying is like it's not just a case of like it's that simple. And I
yeah
do think it is a hard sport to judge, like, and
oh yeah.
especially at that level when everyone is fucking great.
Yeah, I just think like in general, and again, it is hard to tell on a live stream, but like when it's now been 2 shows for Nick, obviously last year at the Pittsburgh Pro, I'm pretty sure it's Pittsburgh. He won the New York, I'm pretty sure it might have been New York. I think it's Pittsburgh. And then this year or this Arnold, like that's 2 shows now that Nick probably should have won, and he's been quite unlucky with. And by the looks of things, it wasn't even really close. Like they had Andrew winning both nights. And then the breakdown is very much a bit like not anti Nick, but very pro Andrew Jack. It's like very much like this is why we gave him this pose or this and that. And I just think like I don't know, I just feel like there's an element to it where it's like a little bit harsh and unfair to look at and think like this is now twice, and everyone on social media is like Nick should have probably beat Derek last year. Like there's a lot of people that don't like Nick Walker. There's so many people in comments saying Nick should have won. Like, you know what I mean? I
Yeah,
feel like that would definitely play a role. Like, in regards to not saying the judges, I more mean in the way of like when everybody says, "What really?" There's probably something that's up. When it comes to the judging criteria. If
that being
shape,
said, though, when you look at the photos, it's not like what the fuck. How did Andrew win? Like he is very good. Like you can see how he won. It's not like a landslide. Nick should have won. It's a
no,
complete robbery.
no. I do think though, flat out, and again, like this is probably just bias from people and stuff like that. If Nick had won, there wouldn't have really been much outcry for Andrew Jacked. I don't think anyone would say Andrew was robbed. where a lot more people are saying Nick was robbed. There wasn't any robbery. It wasn't a robbery at all. But it was maybe an unfair decision based off the fact that, in my opinion, Nick beat him on a lot more criteria, just not the criteria that's weighted as heavily.
And that's a good point to finish the podcast on.
Okay. Is that all the questions?
Well, yeah, we didn't have many we went through some, kind of, and a lot of them, well, not a lot of them, but a few of them are related to Josh, and he's not even here. No. One about Josh being a farmer, one about how gay is Matt, my client, for failing in front of Josh. We spoke about that. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll go through, we'll put a questions box up for Monday and go through some more. Is there anything going on this weekend that we'll have to recap? Any shows?
Yeah. Is it? When's Detroit? That's in 2-3 weeks, isn't it?
I don't want to go to Detroit.
Go to Detroit. Yeah, there's a show this weekend. I don't know who. It's an American show. Where is it? New York, Nick Walker, New York Pro. No, there is a show this weekend. That I saw someone doing, but I have no idea who.
Okay, we'll have a look and then we'll recap it.
Mate, we become beyond the stage. We started doing UK natural shows, and now we're just talking about international shows.
Yeah, now we're allowed to talk about IFU.
Yeah, Suki, would you please take us on? We'll do a trio. Me and Finn will invest heavily in the beyond the stage. Okay.
Just gotta wait. We gotta wait for the night shows to come out. Can't wait.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, can't wait for PC.
How long we got? It's 6 weeks, mate. I think until the first one. Yeah. So we've got PCA first timers. 17 days out.
Yeah, 29th. Yeah,
29th of March. So we can go through that. That'll be good. That'll be Monday. Then we've got PCA Scotland 3 weeks out or 3.5. PCA Naturals 1 5.5. PCA Irish Naturals 1 6.5. PCA Naturals 2 9.5. UK FBA Heart of England 11.5. How exciting, guys!
Can't wait, guys. Please let us know. Drop hype in the comments below if you're excited for the UK amateur.
Which one are you most excited for? Answer the poll that we're not going to put on.
Yeah, honestly, guys, can't wait for PCA Northwest. Just buzzing for PCA in whatever, just random another weekly PCA show. Can't wait. I wonder what the light is going to look like. I wonder if it's blue.
I'm actually looking forward to the shows coming back. I am looking forward to the shows starting again.
Oh yeah, no, it's nice, isn't it? It's a shame because, to be fair, I wasn't that battered. I wish I was we were doing them last year. It would have been hilarious to do a show review when I could beat it myself, being like, yeah, this guy looks shit backstage. What the fuck, you look really good. Thoughts on this class, and I'm like, didn't really pay attention. I was just putting some fucking Superdrol in myself in the toilets. Yeah, so yeah, right. That's that. I hope everyone's good. We're back, obviously, in regards to Mondays, and then obviously I'm back now from America. So the one episode that I wasn't involved in, you replaced me with a very good guest. It was a good podcast, to be fair. I actually did enjoy it. Like I said, I only watched halfway, but it was a good pod. However, my mum did say that Jack is not as smooth with our conversations as me, you, and Josh. She was like, my mum watched it. And she was like, Jack's a bit awkward in comparison to
I think your mum's probably going to favour you, mate.
No, she was more saying she was like, you two were a bit more awkward with Jack. That's what she kind of mentioned. It was like, you, as a collective, she was like, the trio doesn't work as well. She was like, with Josh and
it's
Finn.
Also because Jack's never on. And Jack was a bit battered. He said before, he was like, I'm a bit fucked. Can we make sure it's not too long? I was like, yes, I will.
Okay, that makes sense. So, a chat for Jack, who's deep in the trenches of the prep. To be fair, I say that, he's like 8 weeks, hasn't he? I'm pretty sure he's got
I don't know. Yeah, I think when he was on the podcast, it was that 8 weeks maybe when he was on the other day. So maybe 7 weeks. He's lean.
Yeah, no, he is definitely. But 8 weeks to survive, not good. But yeah, right, cool, sick. Leave it there. Bye, guys. Peace.